What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of the Look and Talk podcast. I'm your man, Victor, and joining me today, holding it down out of Maryland, is the handsome guy named William. He is the host of the Black Love Renaissance podcast, a podcast highlighting all kinds of Black love. How you doing today, man?
I'm fucking exceptional. How about you?
I'm on cloud nine, my brother. I've been on cloud nine all week, And also, I gotta talk my shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, my Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, man. Listen, y'all, there was some people out there that really thought Kansas City was about to come in our building and beat us twice. Right. Listen, I gotta give all the credit to Todd Bowles and that defense. They did something that nobody in the league could do. They kept Kansas City out of the end zone, Everybody will talk about Brady in his seventh. Yes, we get it. But, hey, the defense has something to do with it, man.
Yeah, they did.
Man, they shut that ass down, you know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to Tampa and shout out to L.A., you know what I'm saying? The two sports capitals of the world right now. Because, Tampa got 2 championships. L.A. got 2 championships as well, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to lie. And then the boat ride, watching them toss the damn trophy around, Brady drunk as hell. Man, this shit was crazy, dog.
I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Man, I saw a little bit of it, and Tom Brady tossing the trophy to Gronk, and I'm like, oh, shit. It was live, you know what I'm saying? They did right there on the water. I'm like, man, that was so live, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But also, shout out to the Buccaneers, though. You got 4 Black coordinators. You had 2 women coaches. Diversity wins, people, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Now that I done got that out the way, man, let's talk to you, man. So tell me about the Black Love Renaissance podcast.
It's basically an interview series. Like you said, I interview Black couples, taking an all-inclusive journey through their love, 1 episode, relationship at a time.
I feel you. Now, I got to say thank you for your podcast, though, because you've shown me that it's still possible to get Black love in 2021 because the media and social media will just have it showing that it's just nothing but interracial love. And then you get some Black people on their showing their fetishes for white people. And I'm like, nah, I'm not with that. But your podcast highlights Black love, you know what I'm saying? So what made you want to do a podcast on this?
It's funny because every time I tell a story, I never tell the same story twice because it was so many elements that went into creating the podcast. So I'll give you the version that was literally the main catalyst. So me and my oldest daughter, and at the time she was 18, we was driving along, we was talking, and she said she went to a Christmas party, and her mother's friend had her boyfriend and the father of her children there together at the Christmas party. So I'm thinking it was like something else was coming with the story. And she was like, yeah, it's just weird. I'm like, why is that weird? Like, it didn't strike me as weird. Because I thought, like I said, I thought it was more to the story. And that was it. And she was like, yeah, it was just weird. I didn't understand how you could bring your current boyfriend and the father of your children and have them at the same party. And everybody got along. Like, it was no beefing, no cursing and fussing. And I'm like, that's how it's supposed to be. That's what having mature adults looks like. And she couldn't understand that. And I'm like, and at that moment, I just looked at myself like I'm doing something wrong because I haven't been in a relationship for a while. So I'm like, well, damn, I'm not showing her that situations like that exist and it should be normalized. Like, we shouldn't automatically assume putting those 2 people in the same room should cause chaos. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the main catalyst of me starting the process mentally leading up to the podcast. Because at the time I didn't think I could do a podcast at that point. So that's when I started doing research and all that. And it was like, oh, I can actually do this myself. So that was like the last part that set me on the journey.
Wow. But you're right. It's like people. That's interesting. You said that they got along and stuff. The husband and the baby daddy got along, and that's interesting because a lot of people they're like, oh my goodness, they about to fight or something like that. But it shows that you're a mature adult and you've moved on. You've clearly moved on because you're not about to fight somebody. So
Right.
are you single? Or are you taken, or what's going on with your love life?
All right, so it's a joke I make. I always say I'm super single, but now I've been downgraded to just single. And when I say super single, meaning I'm not entertaining anyone. I don't have quote unquote hoes in my phone. Like my shit be dry. But now I got a couple ladies I'm courting right now. So I've been downgraded single. I'm just regular single. You know, I'm entertaining. Yeah. I'm courting. So yeah, I'm single still.
Now, how does a single man talk to a whole bunch of different couples? Because I want to know how you do it, man. Because that's some strength right there. Because to sit across it and talk to hear their stories and stuff. Because a part of you in the back of your mind, you gotta be like, when is this gonna happen to me? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I mean, that honestly, that actually happened. That made me take it. That's why I've been on such a long break. Like I haven't released the episode since like what is that? September, somewhere in October. So I mean, you can see it. Yeah, that's a big break. I mean, some other things happened along the way, but that was like the main thing that made me say, yo, let me stop and take a pause for a second, because it was affecting me in the back of my mind. And then it just came to the front. And I was like, all right, let me stop for a second, get my life together. Because yeah, it is a little hard, because it's like I'm hearing stuff that I think about. Like I know it can happen, but it's not happening for me. And I don't want to, I felt like I was putting myself in a not desperation mode, but I had a feeling if I would have met somebody during that little run of episodes I did, I think I'd have moved too fast with that person just because they were there. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So yeah, I had to take a little break.
No, I completely understand, you know what I'm saying? I completely understand that you need to take a break from that because it does get depressing going on social media and then also hearing you doing your podcast on top of you seeing all these things happening for other people, but it ain't happening for you. It's like, but what's something you learned from all these couples you talked to over the years? What's something they all have in common?
Well, they haven't all verbalized it, but the common thread is work. Like love is a verb. It's an action you have to take every day. You're just not going to autopilot a relationship. You know what I'm saying? For it to be successful, you can't just leave it on autopilot. It's something you have to work on consistently and constantly every day. I mean, some people might structure it as a weekly basis or monthly basis, but the underlying issue is it has to be worked on every day. You have to choose to love this person. You have to choose to put them, prioritize them. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like that you gotta want to make it work every day.
Yes, you do have to want to make it work every day. I definitely agree with that, and I definitely agree that that you can't just put a relationship into autopilot and think it's gonna work. Because no, you got to work on it every day. So, how do you recruit couples to come on your show?
It started off with word of mouth, and then it was just like it spread a little bit. But now I'm actively like searching people out. So I'll be like on Facebook, I'll see certain things in certain groups, and I'll just shoot them a DM, talk to them, and get them on the show. That's how I've been working so far.
Mm-hmm. So what couples would you not want to talk
to? Celebrities, like high profile celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their relationships are already public. What can I really ask them that they're willing to share that we don't already know? And at the same token, once I go up that high, it's gonna be hard for me to come back down. Like, are you really? If I talk to, let's just say, Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, do you really want to hear about yo and them that live down the street from you? Do you really care about what they got to say after just listening to Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but like I said, sometimes the humble side of me would be like, let me still talk to the people, all the people, talk to everybody, because you know what I'm saying, these are the ones that I want to talk to, that were talking to me before the celebrities. But I definitely agree. Celebrities do have their business just put out there on Main Street and stuff. So now how do most of the couples get through the conflict and stuff that would, based on your interviews and what you were able to gather from them?
Basically it's like they got to go through the conflict first to understand each other. Everybody doesn't have the same thought pattern when arguing, so it's like let's basically it's essentially like, let's argue. I figure out how you operate, how I operate, and then it's like a conversation, and then they create rules. So it's like, oh, we're not going to sleep mad. Like whatever we got to iron out, we're going to do it now, get it over with, or we're just going to put it on hold and leave it alone. So that's normally the thing, just figuring it out and just working it out from there. Every relationship is unique. So it's kind of really hard to say that everybody's the same in that regards. But that's probably the closest that's gonna be spread out through all relationships.
Mm-hmm. So what's the biggest thing you like I said, I think I may have asked you this, but what's the biggest thing that you would want somebody to get from listening to this? What can single people get from listening to you, to your relationships podcast?
Now you didn't ask that, but what a single person can gain from it, that love really exists, especially for our community. I mean, that's why the focus is Black love. Because like you said, if you go on the internet, you're looking at these memes, you think that nobody's in a relationship. Everybody's cheating on everybody. Everybody's a player. Everybody's a hoe. Like that's what you would see. And if you took that for face value, then that's what you would believe. But then I can come around and put it in your face like, look, yeah, it's all different types of relationship. Love still exists in our community, and it's possible. And you can actually get through certain circumstances listening to them, because like I said, everything is unique. So a lot of people assume that their problems are unique to them. And we even had a conversation about how, like you said, my podcast affected me a certain way. You said you had a similar thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in this by myself. Like it's not just me. I got somebody I can talk to. We can talk together, and now we can have a plan. We can come together and say, yo, all right, well, when this happens, then you should try to do this, or look at it this way, so that way it's not necessarily a direct effect on your life.
Yeah.
And that's the same way with looking into someone else's relationship. Because please believe, somebody in Maryland has the same problems as somebody in Kansas somewhere. And if they can hear like, oh, baby, we going through this now, let's just do what they did and see if it works. We tried everything else. We didn't try what they did. Let's see if that works. And now I just, it's like peer mediation.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I want people to get out of it.
That's real, because one thing I've learned, and shout out to the Black Podcasting Club, is like being a part of that and us just interacting. I realized a lot of podcasters, we have the same problems, and we all handle our podcasts in similar ways. So peer mediation is definitely what's up with that. You know what I'm saying? So what were you able to learn from your parents' relationship growing up?
Essentially what I'm learning now is essentially what was put in my face all my life. And my parents still together. They've been together for like 30 something odd years.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so it's like it's just something you got to work on. Like you're gonna have bad days. It's nobody out here that's nothing worth doing is gonna be easy. Like let's just get that out the way. So I've seen them have bad days, and then I've seen them work through it and turn around and laugh and joke and keep it moving. So yeah, that's pretty much, you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta want to win. Like, yeah, they my parents are fighters. So it's like, yeah, they're gonna fight each other, but at the same token, they're gonna realize, hey, we still on the same team, we still got the same goal. We can fight each other, but we still gotta fight the battle. So they never got distracted from fighting the battle.
Yes. And I think a lot of young couples don't realize that. It's like, do you feel like couples just get together just for the clout of social media and stuff? Some couples, or do they really love each other?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's for the clout. Attention is the new currency for some reason. And everybody not monetizing their attention. But yeah, a lot of people do it because you can see, we know what shadow looks like. Once you become a certain age, you done did so much. You like, yeah, they ain't really on it to be, they just doing it for attention. And I guess at the end of the day, some people, it's cool, it works for them. Because I don't know, I don't really keep track of like couples. Like I said, I don't care about celebrity couples, so I don't really keep track of a lot of them. I don't keep track of YouTube couples, any of that. I don't care. So I don't know if it works for them. So I can't say that it doesn't. But in my mind, it wouldn't, because you technically only in a relationship when the camera's on. Like, what are you doing when the cameras are off? If your main focus is to be an internet couple, how are you a couple when the cameras are off?
Oh, yes. what's going down when them cameras are off, you know what I'm saying? Now, have you ever had to turn away a couple because you just weren't interested in their story?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Really? Wow. I figured over the time of you doing your podcast, you would have had some couples that like you're just like, nah, I'm not really feeling their vibe and stuff. So what was your favorite episode of your podcast so far?
So far, I'm gonna say the first and the sixth. The first because like everybody loves that episode, not because it's the first episode, but because well, technically that's not the first episode I recorded. And I don't like telling people what was my exact first episode I recorded because I don't want you to know. I just want people to not realize that. Let me see. How do I want to say this? I don't want to tell people which one was my first recorded one because I want you to get lost in the quality of it. Like all my episodes had the same exact quality because I edited and I had the proper equipment to do it. So, so the first episode I put out, that's my favorite against the six too. But the first one is because I knew him all my life and I'm friends with his wife too. So like I talk to him on the phone like 3 times a week, but it's never just him. I talk to him and his wife. So it's like when we did the interview, it was just like a everyday phone call. Except it was just structured and we were just having a conversation. And the sixth is because so technically I interviewed the Dave Anderson and Janae Anderson. So he's not famous, but he's famous to famous people. And I didn't know that going into it. So the day before, I talked to him on the phone and we was just talking. I'm like, all right, cool. This is going to be a cool interview. And then I was like, hold up. Let me look this guy up, do some research. That's when I realized he was on the Breakfast Club like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, oh, shit. Then I went and watched the episodes and he talking to Charlamagne like, these niggas hang out together. And I'm like, oh, wow. But everybody I asked didn't know who he was. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he's not technically a celebrity. It's just celebrities know him, first name basis. So when you go back and listen to the episode, as he's talking, he's naming people like, yeah, man, I was talking to Alicia Keys' producer and the one guy that shot all Alicia Keys videos. I'm like, yo, dude. Hey, yo, my man, stop for a second. Hey, yo, pick them names up you just dropped. Because he was dropping names left and right. And I'm like, all right, yo, this crazy. And plus I streamed that live to Facebook and YouTube. And I was nervous as hell. So if you go back and watch the video of that on Facebook or YouTube, every time I took a drink, I was drinking liquor. Like I was trying to keep my nerves down. So I'm sipping like shit. This is, but then at the while I got comfortable when I just rolled with it.
Yeah,
But that 1 and 6 is my favorite.
1 and 6. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. The more liquor you drink, the better I sound. So go ahead and pull you up around if you haven't done so already. So talk about being in Maryland. Like, what is the biggest difference between up north relationships and down south relationships, or is there a real difference?
Oh no, it's a big difference. So I think because up north is like we move around, we faster, everything is like hustle and bustle, whereas though down south. So first episode, guy Kenny, shout out Kenny and Ashley. So Kenny is originally from Baltimore with me. He lived around the corner. We technically family, but just not blood, if that makes sense. Like my grandmother used to watch as a kid. You get what I'm saying? Like he used to see my grandmother more than me because she used to watch him. So that kind of like bonded us as we started getting older. I'm like, well, I might as well start hanging out with this dude. You know what I'm saying? So when he moved down there, he was explaining to me how the women were. And I was like, oh, okay. So they're more like, I ain't gonna say providers, but they're more like nurturers. Like they have that. I'm going to come home, cook, clean, and all that type of shit. Like you don't have to have a discussion about that. That's just naturally what they're gonna do. That's how they're raised. You get what I'm saying? Like that's their culture. It's more God damn it, what's the word? Not chivalry, but on the down south, God damn it. Why am I having a brain freeze?
I'm sitting here having a brain freeze, so I'm trying to think of the word you're thinking of. It ain't hitting me right now.
Yeah, god damn it. The down south, shit. All right, it'll come back to me. Fuck it. So yeah, so he actually helped me understand the difference between the two. So he like up north woman is more like oh, I'm independent. I do everything myself. I don't need a man. But then when you get down south, it's like, yeah, they're gonna really do the home cooked meals without, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta say, baby, what dinner at? No, they really gonna sit there and be baking bread from scratch and really gonna lay out a full course meal every night, damn near. So I think that's like the difference. I'm gonna have to look at it from a male's perspective and say what the woman would do, not necessarily men, because I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I got you. I got you. So, how has doing this podcast changed your outlook on relationships and how you are going to handle courting women?
I look at my podcast as a cheat code now because I'm getting so much information, so I can pick and choose from different elements of everyone's relationship. Like, oh, that worked for y'all in the beginning. Let me try that. So now when I'm courting a woman, I know what I need to initially be talking about because I'm at the point where I'm dating intentionally. Like I'm getting old. I'm in my late 30s. It's like, you gonna be a player forever? Like you just gonna be fucking around all your? Nah, we ain't doing that no more. So now I'm dating intentionally. So now I know what I want from a woman. I know what I need, so I can manifest it. So that way, when they come around, I don't have to just sit and hope and wait to see if that's who they are or what I need from them. I know what to ask now. I know how to, you know what I'm saying, navigate it now because I know what the outcome should be.
That's real. So, what do you wish you would have known, like in your early 30s? You know what I'm saying? Because now, to tell the truth, about my age, you know, yours truly just hit the 30s. So, what would you wish you'd have known about your early 30s that you wish you would have known about relationships based on your podcast and stuff?
Just how to date intentionally. You know what I'm saying? You know, you go into dating thinking, oh, let me just feel them out, versus I need this person to hit these certain points. And if they don't hit it, keep it moving. Because you know, you're gonna fall into the trap of, oh, they cool, they got a good vibe. But if you want a specific goal, then you have to intentionally see if this person will will help you succeed that goal. Instead of just saying, well, I'm gonna just see where it goes. Now you didn't hung with Shorty for 6 months, and now you like, yeah, she ain't right for me. Well, you could have known that in the first 6 days. So like, what are you really doing? Like, are you really dating intentionally, or are you just playing around? I mean, which is cool either way. I'm not telling anybody how to live their life. Just for me, I wish I'd have known how to date intentionally.
That's real. That's real. So, just on your observation and just on based on you talking to these people, now, where do you think us black men go wrong with our women, and how do we change that to get them back? Because I'm seeing too many women just run off to the other race like it's nothing. I'm just like, something inside me, it's just not sitting right with me. I guess it's partially because I'm an HBC graduate as well, you know what I'm saying? So, how do you think us brothers can do better around our women?
Shit, I can go like 30 different ways with this. So let me see.
All the ways you want.
I think a lot of black men, they want to have their cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Like I know personally certain men, and I ain't gonna start saying names or anything, but I know married men who still fuck a lot of girls. Like they get busy. And I'm like, yo, what was the point of getting married, yo? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, so that in turn spills over to other guys seeing it like, damn, yo, I can be in a relationship and still fuck around and not get caught. So now you got the next guy trying it. The next guy trying it. The next, you get what I'm saying? Like it just becomes like, oh, you got a whole group of men that's married, but all of them fucking around on their wife. And it's like, bro, yo, like, what are we doing, yo? What's the point? What was the point of getting married, yo? Because really, you can't call it stability because you putting everything on the line.
Yes, you are. You really are. That part I don't understand. It's like if you married to a woman, she holding it down, you know what I'm saying, and she doing everything right by you, why you still here fucking around, you know what I'm saying? It's like that part I just don't get, you know what I'm saying? Now if she fucking around too, then y'all might as well just be in an open relationship. I don't know, but
and some people are, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not judging it. If it works for you, work it. But all I'm saying is like set the example for the next brother. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, because a lot of people they monkey see, monkey do. I don't care how old you are. You can be 60 years old and still see somebody do something and be like, I'm going to go do that too. Just because they saw them do it, not because it was something they thought about and then they saw somebody do it and it was like, oh, it can actually happen. Let me go do it. No, they just see it and like, oh, I'm gonna do that too. So that's why I led with that. Like, yo, set a good example, yo. Like, it's far and few in between people that's really keeping it 100 and loving a wife. Like, yo, just like your wife, yo. Yo, ain't nothing out in these streets, man. These us single niggas hurting out here. Like, this shit ain't fun no more.
Hello.
This shit ain't fun, bro.
Listen, it's Valentine's Day. It's like we want us single niggas every year. We want to be out with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I'm saying? And y'all got somebody at home and you taking them for granted.
Right.
And it's like, and it's sad that our society is like that because as soon as we lose somebody, we blowing them up. We blowing the person up as soon as they find somebody. I'm like, you just had them. But now she with somebody, she'd have moved on. And now it goes both ways too. So anyway, let's deal with the women for a minute. Let's talk to our sisters, you know what I'm saying? How can our sisters win back the brothers? Because there are too many brothers out there that love being with white women, you know what I'm saying? It's like nothing wrong, nothing against them, but it's like I've just shut down. That's just something I'm personally not gonna bend on, you know what I'm saying? So how can the sisters win back the brothers?
Shit, I don't even know if I want to speak on this. I can't talk for women. They'll try to get me cancer. I'm just getting started. No, I'm joking.
Now we gotta talk to everybody, you know what I'm saying? We gotta talk to everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Shit, how to stop a I don't know. It's hard to stop a man from doing what he want to do. It's just one of them things that it just can't happen. Just like you can't stop a man from cheating. If he want to cheat, he gonna cheat. You don't have to give him a reason. That's something that's just in him. Like a man just doesn't be faithful all his life and then get married and then start cheating. Nah, it don't happen like that. He's always been a cheater. He just ain't got caught. So
and also, and is it true that you really can tell if somebody's a cheater within meeting them? You know what I'm
saying? I think. Well, I know for a fact you can structure your questions that demand a certain answer. It's a way to say, you know, you can structure your question and be like yes or no. You get what I'm saying? Like the answer is only going to be yes or no. It's not open ended. It's like, yo, it's just a yes or no question. So I think yes, it's a way to question certain things to get a response. Because I mean, niggas ain't really that creative. Let's just be honest. Like, yes, I know cheating niggas and they ain't creative. It's like, bro, how you didn't get caught yet?
Yeah, it's like niggas aren't creative, and it's like, and that's why that's one thing I will say. Like, if I got to Russia, that's one thing I'd be scared of cheating because it's like I might make a mistake somewhere, and she might pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You know, that might be the end of our relationship because women are smart. You know what I'm saying? They smart than us. You know.
Right, and they pay attention to little details. Quick story. So one of my first mentors when I was younger, he was explaining to me how women catch men cheating. But he wasn't cheating, but it was just it was how he structured the story. So he was like, one day he was on his way home from work and he got a phone call, right? As soon as he pulled up to the door, he got a phone call and he was like, it upset him. So he got out the phone, he went in the house. As soon as he walked to the door, he shut the door, he sat his keys down and he kept walking. And like 5 minutes later, his girlfriend was like, what's wrong? He like, what? She's like, what's wrong? Something wrong. What's wrong? He like, nothing wrong. Why you ask? And she was like, nah, you upset or something. What's going on? So he said he explained to her what happened. And then he stopped and was like, how did you know something? How did you know I was upset? And she was like, because every day you come in that house, you sit your keys down and you pick the paper up. Because she puts the paper there for him when he comes home. But just that day, he set his keys down and didn't touch that paper. And he kept going. And right then and there, she knew something was wrong with him because he didn't do what he normally does on an everyday basis. She knew something was wrong. She didn't know what. She just knew something was wrong. And he was like, that right there let him know that's how women catch men cheating. Because they're paying attention to the littlest details of your routine. And the instant something changes, something's wrong.
So would it be safe to say that we shouldn't set a routine? You know what I'm saying? We should always switch up our routines.
I mean, it's kind of impossible. Humans are by nature routine driven. It's no way possible that you couldn't have a routine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know I had certain routines about myself until a woman told me. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I use the bathroom, I just have a habit of spitting. And I didn't know that. So every time I would be on the phone with a certain person, and she'd be like, "You peeing, ain't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" She was like, "Because you always spit when you pee." And ever since that day, I've noticed that's what I do. So it's hard to
Wow.
not have that type of routine. Like, I didn't even know I did that. And I've done this for years and years and years and years. Because at this point, well, I call her my best friend because I've known her for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And clearly I've been doing that for at least 20 years.
Mm.
And she just so happened to say something now. And I was like, damn, how long have I been doing that? She was like, yeah, ever since I known you, you've been doing that. And I didn't know that.
Wow.
So yeah, it's virtually impossible to not have a routine, especially something like that I'm subconsciously doing on a regular basis. How do you pay attention to that and change it?
They say it's 21 days to change your habit, but you know what I'm saying? That's definitely true. Women do pay attention to little shit like that. That's really amazing. Shout out to all my ladies out there. Y'all are smart motherfuckers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. The more liquor you drink, the better this podcast sound. So go ahead and pour up the liquor. And while you're pouring up the liquor, go ahead and rate this podcast wherever you listen to it. We listen to us on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or watching this on YouTube, wherever you listen. Rate us 5 stars. Show us some love, you know what I'm saying? And tell a friend to tell a friend as well, you know what I'm saying? Now, what is something you wish you would have known about podcasting before you got started?
That I ain't need $2,000 worth of equipment to start.
Hello. Man, I'm telling you, man, I done bought the mics and stuff. I'm like, man, I done bought all this stuff. I'm not even using it. Thanks to damn technology make this shit so easy.
Bullshit. I literally spent like 2 racks. Roadcaster, the mics. I got lights, fucking cameras. I was like, yeah, I'm about to get busy. And
damn, my dog said he about to do a whole production.
yeah, no bullshit. Yeah. And I wish I'd known I didn't need all this shit. So that's what I wish I'd have known.
I definitely agree with you there. You know what I'm saying? We always do that. So now let's talk about the Black Podcast Club for a minute. How has being a part of that impacted your podcast?
That's what really started my podcast, because I actually did my first interview in in November 2019. I didn't release my first episode until like July 2020. So yeah, it took for me to join the Black Podcast Club because I was trying to get in front of myself with content. So I wanted to get as many interviews as I possibly could before I started releasing. But they was like, nah, dude, you in the podcaster club. You technically in the podcaster because you ain't got a podcast out. So you got a week. I was like, oh shit. I didn't know how to edit. So I learned how to edit and put a podcast out in literally a week. So that's how fast tracked it was hanging with and dealing with and talking to podcasters. Fast track.
Yeah, shout out to all the podcasters out there listening to this, because I've had some podcasters really check me as well. You know what I'm saying? I've had some really help you. That's one thing I learned about the podcast community, the Black podcast community. They really want to see you win, and they really want to help you out. So shout out to them as well. And shout out to the ones that don't want to see you win, that just want to see messages about their shit and not really give a damn about yours. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all love too, because those get annoying as well.
Right, exactly. Shout out to the Black Podcast Club.
Hi, what's up?
I said shout out to the Black Podcast Club.
Yes, Blake, you are doing your thing, man. You're working to shut yourself, but you're doing your thing, dog. We're here for you, man. Anyway, have you ever discussed sexual needs? Has sex ever come up whenever you talk to people on your podcast? Can you hear me?
Actually, no. Yeah, I can hear you.
Really?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't really bring that type of stuff. I try not to be messy. You gotta think I'm dealing with people who don't podcast, who've never been on a microphone, never been in front of a camera. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I have to create this environment that's safe and positive and comfortable in a short amount of time. So it's like, that's why if you notice, like all the beginning questions are kind of like really unimportant. I ain't gonna say unimportant, but they're not they're not really important. Like, who cares how long you've been together? Well, I mean, I guess that does matter, but I don't know. But it's just because
That
I got.
I know I know what you're getting at. You just basically ask them questions to get them comfortable, just get them warmed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason I was wondering about that is because I be seeing a lot of people talking about how sex is important in relationships and stuff. If you can't please them, you can't satisfy them, you can't keep them around. So I was like, and that tricked me. I'm like, I wonder what these couples be thinking about that as well.
Yeah, I might have to implement that in there sooner or later, because it's kind of hard. So basically, not everybody that I've interviewed, I've had discovery calls with. Some of them I meet them for the first time when I start the interview. That's me meeting them.
Wow.
So it's like we all going in the blind, and then like I just create the environment to make them comfortable. But if you notice, like certain people be shy, but then by the end of the joint, they opening up, they talking a lot. So maybe I should start doing that.
Yeah, the reason I asked is like I said though, because I've seen a lot of things to say. If you can't keep a person happy sexually, then maybe they might go out and cheat. You know what I'm saying? And go get what they need. They might distract themselves and might have a side nigga or a side woman on the side to satisfy their needs if they're not getting what they need in the bedroom. So I was kind of curious to hear that from a couple's perspective because also this you heard this guy named Kevin Samuels, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
How he be telling all the men that they need to have a big dick. When I've heard some women say that they don't like that big dick, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that.
So what spurred that question was I was kind of curious to see what couples think, you know what I'm saying, or they released their info, you know. But I don't know. Like I said, that could be something you might want to investigate, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, hey, what y'all think about this to help couples out? Because when you say that if a couples are really good in bed, it ain't necessarily the toxic relationship. Why? Okay, that's another topic. Why do people always want to consider things toxic relationships and stuff if the sex is good or if it's not good?
Because broke dudes and good dick is synonymous from what I hear. So yeah, I always make this joke that if you're courting a woman and it's a dude that's locked up that's also courting her, you're gonna lose. Yes. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're going to lose because he has so much time to cultivate this perfect conversation, say the right words, and he's acting out of desperation. So he's gonna be saying some shit to her, even though you're gonna be taking out to eat. You're gonna have some nice little game. Not saying you a fucked up person, but he gonna outdo you because he gonna be talking this shit in his mind. He gonna create this lifestyle that he gonna provide for him when he come home. So you're gonna lose out. So with a broke nigga, he got time, he got energy. Exactly. So that's why they always correlate.
Broke niggas got time, they got energy because they ain't got no damn job and they just probably home chilling. So
they ain't got no calluses on their hands, like you know what I'm saying. They got time.
Yeah, their body not tired from being at work all day. They're not mentally drained, so they, of course, they gonna have the time to just put it all on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they ain't got shit to do the next day but play Madden and fucking 2K.
You know it. Now, this next thing I pulled from the Erica with a C podcast. Shout out to Erica. Had her on episode 148 of Liquor Talk. Do you think it's possible that people can be just friends with benefits? What do you think about that?
So me and my best friend, we had that conversation a lot, and I just roll what she says. It can last for a while, but when it comes to sex, two people lay down one way, but somebody getting up differently. So I think it all depends on what those two people have going on outside of each other. Because if 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have one person who deep down really want a relationship. They don't know how to get in a relationship. So when the friends with benefits things comes along, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna ride with it, yeah. And then like after the 4th or 5th time of having sex, they get up different. Now they want a relationship. And it's like, yo, you didn't say that in the beginning. So it's possible with proper communication. It's like, but then that leads to feelings because it's like that type of communication, you open it up to that person and they get to see the real you because you know you talking. Not necessarily putting your feelings out, but I noticed that just communicating with a person raises the level of attraction. Just plain communication, because everybody don't know how to carry a fucking conversation nowadays. So when you do come across a person that like, damn, they carry a conversation. Well, I enjoy talking to this person. Now it's like a different side of you is opened up to them.
Exactly. Be on the phone for like 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, you'll be on the phone with somebody, you look up that, God damn, where did the time go? Because conversation is getting good and stuff. And it's like, I definitely agree with you there. And it's like, and why do people assume that sex is the only benefit of having a friend with benefits? Because there are plenty of other benefits. It's like, fellas, you got somebody that'll look at your resume, and ladies, if you need like some hard like lifting and stuff, if you need a man to like carry your groceries or check your car for you, you know what I'm saying? Or to help you move. It's like there are a number of benefits and then just fucking.
Yeah, but see, and here's another problem with that. People don't go into situations with clear definition of terms. So, like what you just explained is not friends with benefits, it's companionship. And if you go into it with a mind state of I have a companion, now you don't have to play games with each other. Like, yeah, we're companions. So it's not like we're in a relationship, but we're gonna have sex. We can go out to movies together. We can chill, kick it, watch Netflix. Like, we don't have to fuck every time we're around each other, but it's not a relationship. And you can have that if it's defined. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sure, you need your couch moved? I got you. Oh, you need your window fixed? I got you. You need the stove fixed? I got you. You know what I'm saying? So people hear what other people are doing and say, I'm going to do that. But it's no clear definition of what exactly friends with benefits is. But if you go into it saying, hey, I'm looking for a companionship, like it's not a relationship, but it's just some of the benefits of being in a relationship. And we free to leave whenever we want.
Yeah, see, you made that shit sound so, you broke it down easily. So why can't people just be open with their intentions and stuff? It's like, we're in 2021. There's no need to dance around the fact that if you want a relationship, then say that. If you want companionship, then say that. If you just want somebody to smash and say that, like, why are people so scared to communicate nowadays? It's
social
ridiculous.
Media. It's social media. You're looking at these memes, and that's what you think you're getting yourself into every person you come across. Now it's literally survival of the fittest. I'm gonna get you before you get me.
I feel like the memes and social media really ruined good relationships, because I feel like if that wasn't came about, you'd probably have more couples to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like everybody's just trying to keep up with the Joneses, but you don't know their life off of social media. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they're going through off social media. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this to my single people, because this is coming on Valentine's Day, y'all might as well just go ahead and stay off social media, because you're gonna be depressed. Let's just be honest, you know.
Yeah, even broke couples stay off of social media.
Damn.
Let's just be honest, yo. Like, I mean, not to knock nobody, because I'm fucking broke and I'm gonna stay off of social media. But I'm just saying, like, you about to see all the craziest shit possible that people probably been saving up for the last year and a half just for social media. Like, you about to see a whole bunch of Birkin bags and Louis Vuitton bags and all types of crazy shit, personal shit.
And then also you're gonna have LLC people, the business people, chastise them like, you could have invested that money. You could have started your business with that money. I'm like, y'all don't go shut the fuck up with telling people what to do with their money. It's like they work for it. So I get where they're coming from. They make good points, but at some point in time, you're just like, man, y'all say this every time somebody drops some money.
It's essentially bad advice. Like, you telling somebody go get an LLC, then what? What are they selling? Like, what do they need a business for? Like, what are they selling? You ain't say, yo, hey, spend a couple dollars with me and I'll teach you how to sell some t-shirts. Then you go get the LLC instead of buying fucking a tiger for Valentine's Day for your girlfriend. Like, like, put some context to it. Just telling somebody to get an LLC is very dangerous, because you're gonna have somebody go out there and spend $150, $200, and then get this shit, and then it's like, all right, now what do I do? I'm a business owner. No, you're not. You're an LLC owner.
You didn't tell me the part about taxes and stuff. Like, how do I file this and stuff, and why I file that? Like, how can I break Uncle Sam off before tax season come around? It's like, so I really feel like LLC to need to go somewhere and chill, because it's like they don't give you the whole 9 yards. They just be like, oh, go start this and go start that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Valentine's Day because this episode is coming out on Valentine's Day. So I want to tell everybody, all the people out there, happy Valentine's Day. Go ahead and enjoy your day and stuff. What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Other than it's a commercialized holiday, like I've been against Valentine's Day since forever.
Hell,
I became an adult.
damn, I'm not the only one.
And not because I've been in serious relationships and I don't care to partake in it. It's like, so I'm a linear thinker, and that means I whatever I think about one aspect in life, I spread it across all. So I had this one conversation one day. It was my homeboy birthday, and his family threw him a little party. So before we went out to really celebrate, we was kicking it with his family. And his sister's girlfriend, for some reason, she took her hat off and was walking around like, yeah, throw some money in the hat for my man's birthday. So I'm looking at her like, nah. I just straight told her no. Then she kept walking. She's like, oh, all right, and walked off. And the next thing I know, I hear in the background, yeah, yo, these niggas clowns. Yo, they ain't even trying to get my man no birthday money. These niggas clowns. Yo, they broke. So I approached her. I said, excuse me, I don't know if you was necessarily talking about me, but check this out. I knew this nigga since he was 8 years old. So I knew this nigga for more than 2 decades at this point, going on almost like 2.5. And I said, yo, check this out. I don't get this nigga shit for his birthday. I never have and I never will. You know why? Because why would I get him something for one day out of the year when that nigga can pick up his phone and call me for whatever he want 365? So what would you choose? Would you choose that one fucking day a year, or would you choose open access for a nigga that's gonna ride with you no matter what? And she was like, damn, yo, that's some real shit. I respect. She gave me a hand. She gave me a 5, gave me a little hug and shit. She's like, yo, that's some real shit, yo. Yeah, my bad. I apologize. I ain't even want to come off at you like that. I said, no, you good. You just didn't know. I just had to let you know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want her to think that this not my man because of that one little small action. I just had to set it straight. So that's how I look at it. It's like, yo, why am I put all this emphasis on one day of the year when I fucks with you? Do you my girl, wife, whatever? I'm going to give you that whenever you want it. If you mad about this one day that I didn't do something, that fucks up the other 364 because you mad about this. Whenever you need something, you can just say, hey, babe, I need this, that, whatever. And that's how I look at things. It's like, I'm not going to focus on one day of the year to try to spoil you when I can do it constantly and consistently all year. Because niggas go broke on Valentine's Day.
Yes, they do. Yes,
and you was just broke on Christmas. Like, what are we doing?
Yes, they do. Man, I totally agree that you hit the nail on the point. Like, and some dudes, they don't realize this. If you introduce a vibe on Valentine's Day, you gotta maintain that shit all of the fucking year because guess what? She's gonna get distracted. And to the ladies out there who do get men stuff, you now gotta maintain that vibe throughout the year because guess what? He's gonna get distracted by stuff. It's like, I do agree with you that Valentine's Day is just a waste of money and just a commercial holiday because I feel like the love you show on Valentine's Day, you need to be showing all 365 days of the year. You need to keep that same energy just randomly. And it's like, it's not necessarily that you got to break the bank, but it's the thought that counts. And people misconstrue that because they're too busy trying to keep up with everybody on social media.
Yeah, and everything's
jacked up. Social media, man.
Yeah, everything is jacked up on Valentine's Day. Yo, try to go out to eat on Valentine's Day and see what happens. Like, you gotta order that. You gotta fucking reserve tables weeks in advance. Like, nah, fuck that. So instead of buying you 1,000 roses on one day, I can spread them out through the whole year. Send them to your job. Now you got the chicks at your job hating. You feel me? Like, yeah, look at my man. Once a week, you're getting roses to the job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also, and as for a meal, if you know how to cook it right, fuck going to a restaurant where they gonna charge you out the ass for when you could just go to the damn grocery store and get everything you need to just make that damn meal and call it a day. And plus, it's in your kitchen, so you know what the hell she like. You know what I'm saying? You can trust what's in your food. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't trust all them damn restaurants.
Right. And you can do that shit throughout the whole fucking year instead of going out like you can do that. You can literally spread that out through the whole year. So instead of just spending a whole bunch of money for one day, spend it throughout the year. Like I got a homeboy that's a chef. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing to call him and say, yo, hook this up for me real quick. And I can set the vibe in the crib, throw some candles up, have some music playing. You get what I'm saying? Lay it out nice. Let them come cook something, service real quick, slide my man a couple of dollars, and keep it moving. I can do that 4 times a year versus just
hell yeah. Hell yeah. And it's just it got a little too commercial. And now with 2021 social media, it just got worse. You got niggas trying to keep with everybody. They getting the Birkin bags, they traveling to foreign place. I'm like, look, do you motherfuckers not realize we still in COVID right now? Shit.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're going to stunt when everybody not stunting. Don't stunt on Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
June 3rd or something, like when nobody's paying no mind or nothing.
Not on a random ass day, like I just got this for my girl just because, or I got this for my man just because, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just stunt random days of the year. You hit the nail on the point with it. And it's just, and one thing I hate about some couples is like, there's some people that really make a break, it makes or break relationships, like whether you get something or not. I'm like, for what? I might be broke right now because I paid some bills, but the rest of the year when I'm good, I got you. Some people, and I feel bad for dudes that go broke on Valentine's Day because I was once one of them, because sometimes you go broke for somebody that shows you that they don't give a fuck about you, that they ain't gonna do it for you. So
right.
It's like I do feel bad, but then I'm like, you got to pay attention to the signs because people show you who they really are in hidden signs if you're paying attention to detail.
Yeah, true.
So going back to your podcast, man, based on the couples you talk to, what are their thoughts on the romance and stuff and like shit like Valentine's Day? What were you able to gain from them and how they kept their relationships going?
I mean, you know, they look at it as whatever you do to get her, you got to continually keep doing that. So you got to always court to keep the relationship going. It's like I say, it's an action. It's something you have to physically do every day. So yes, you have to court this person just like when you first met them to get them. Now that you got them, you got to keep courting them to keep them. So yeah, you got to be romantic. You got to still go on dates. Like I purposely ask about date night. Like how do y'all, you know, especially because I'm asking all this in COVID times. Like even though I don't reference COVID because I don't want to date my shit, but I still ask them, how do y'all handle, you know, dating each other? And they're like, oh, it's important. Like, yeah, we try to go on a date at least 2-3 times a month. You know, some got kids, some don't. But, you know, it was kind of hard in COVID time. So they was like, we would think of shit to do in the house that we just wouldn't normally do on a regular basis. So like one couple was like, they do like basically a music competition. Like they just bounce back and forth song for song. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what they called it, but it was like, oh, I like that. I like music, so I have a wide range of music I listen to. So yeah, I would love to be not necessarily karaoke, just like, oh, what's the best jazz song? And she'll play one, he play one, and then they'll talk about why is it better than the other. Then they'll just move on to the next.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm like, I could get down with some shit like that. I mean, I've actually done that with a woman I was dealing with for a little bit, and that shit was fun. So when I heard it, I was like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to keep doing that.
Yeah, I heard that too. It's like I remember just going through my playlist with a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like that's fun, you know what I'm saying? Or just sending her random songs like throughout the day, you know what I'm saying? That's just fun, you know what I'm saying? Now, let's talk to the single people for a minute on Valentine's Day. Like, what should they be doing? Like, I know number one is stay off social media because you're gonna get depressed, but like, do you think they need to be taking themselves out or do something special for themselves? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because some single people will get depressed on Valentine's Day because they're not getting the chocolates and they're not getting the roses and all that shit.
I would say treat it like a normal Sunday. Shit, that's all it really is at the end of the day. It's Sunday. Whatever you normally do on Sundays. If it's Sunday fun day, go have fun. Like that's what I do. Hey, Sunday fun day. I'm going paintball and something.
Shit, I got called into work on Sunday, so I'm like, oh, man, fuck Valentine's Day for real. Let me go get this paper, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I got daughters, so I usually do something for them. Like nothing extravagant. Like I usually probably like this Valentine's Day, I'm getting my daughter, my homeboy, him and his peoples, they got a catering business, so they do little things every now and again. So for Valentine's Day, they doing lamb chops and some type of chicken, and then like a dessert for like $25. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy my mother one, I'm gonna get me one, and I'm gonna get my daughter one, and that's Valentine's Day. Like, it ain't gonna be happy Valentine's Day. It's just because one, I'm supporting a black business, and two, you know, women greedy. Let's just be real. Like,
yes,
greedy, so
you're right.
you got more food, they happy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's my daughter and my mother, but they greedy too. They women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's usually what I do for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because like I said, I was listening to the Breakfast Club this morning, and Charlamagne and Envy were just both like, "Well, we don't look for nothing on Valentine's Day." It's like, so should women look to get their man something? Because it's like, I just feel like it's the thought that counts. The fact that you're thinking of me on Valentine's Day that counts. I believe, because part of me believes that we need some, because we're prized too. Shit, you could be with sorry nigga, but you with me, so
right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the rule of reciprocity. Like, I do for you, you do for me. Like, that's how we keep this thing moving. So and men and women don't understand. Men are so fucking simple. Like, yo, we so simple. We don't need nothing big and extravagant. Like, you know, if you know your man, then you know what's simple you can get him that's going to make him happy. Like, it's that simple. If he smoke weed, get him some weed in the blunt. Fucking roll it up for him, have it laid out. Like, oh, I Happy Valentine's Day. You're like, oh shit, that's what's up.
Or if you know his favorite meal, go ahead and cook it for him. You know what I'm saying? It's man, we're so simple. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones that's complicated. But going back to your podcast again, it's like, now you said something interesting. So what's the difference between talking to couples with kids and without kids? Is there a big difference, or from what you noticed?
All right, so I only interviewed 2 couples that doesn't have kids. And one of them was 2 girls, so obviously you see why they don't have kids.
Yeah.
And I just did an interview. It's in the tuck. I ain't even put it out yet. But they're older. They're in their, I ain't gonna say older, but they in their late 30s maybe. And they made a conscious decision to not have kids because of how their life was structured. So they were moving around a lot. Like, his job had him moving around a lot. So he like, yeah, let's just put baby making on hold for a while because we moving around too much. I do not want to bring a kid into the world and they don't have no stability in their life. So, but everybody else had kids, so I don't know yet.
Yeah. Hey, we need more couples without kids. Go talk to my man Will.
Right. I think I got another one coming up that don't have kids. I'm not sure. I had to look at my calendar.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Look and Talk. We about to wrap it up. We about to wrap it up, y'all. Thank y'all for checking it out. You know what I'm saying? So what is some free game you want to get for the people? Like about anything.
About anything?
Yeah, free game, free advice for the people.
Shit. I was hoping it was gonna be a little bit more structured than that. Free game. Huh.
Damn. Or more specifically, free game for Valentine's Day, since this is Valentine's Day.
All right, free game. All right. Yeah, like, know your goddamn significant other and just stop buying what you think they want and buy what they they want. You know what I'm saying? Or buy something they need. Fuck what looks good on social media. Buy something they really fucking need. I get it's a love day and it's cliche to buy roses and all that. Fuck that. If you know I need something, go ahead and buy that and give it to me. Just like Christmas. Buy me something I need. You know I need underwears and shit. Like, fuck that. Yeah. You can buy a man that for Valentine's Day. He's not gonna be mad. Niggas need underwear and socks and shit. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, some slick socks. Just don't buy me no white crew socks. Nah, make them something slick.
Yeah, think of something slick, like, or give them some gas for his car or something like that. You know, my free game is this: staying on the topic of Valentine's Day. If you're gonna do it for some. If you're gonna do it, be prepared to do it for the whole year. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna set a vibe, be prepared to maintain that vibe throughout the whole year, and also do it for somebody that will do it for you. If in your mind you got a question whether or not this person is gonna do it for you, then you don't need to do it for them.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that.
Now, what can people get from listening to your podcast?
You can get entertainment, advice, shit. You can learn a lot. I mean, you'd be surprised just listening to people talk about, being together for X amount of years and what you learn. I mean, sometimes you can learn just a life lesson. It ain't got shit to do with being in a relationship, because you got two people that came together from separate paths and now they're walking the path together. So it's like they bring their own perspectives of life to each other, and then they enhance each other. So that can spill over into me, you, everybody else. So it's not, you're going into listening to a couple, but you're going to get more than just what that couple is as a unit. You still have two separate people with two different perspectives. So yeah, you're going to get that out of it too. You're going to get couples advice. You're going to get personal advice. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one monolithic thing. Like, you're going to walk away with something. Like, I've gotten calls and text messages and DMs about, like, people literally, like, my first episode that morning, I got 2 messages. Was like, yo, this shit dope. Yo, I appreciate this. Yo, like, yeah, I really was like giving up. Like, I was really about to be a hoe for the rest of my life. He was like, I listened to the episode and was like, damn, they really love each other. It's possible to be in love nowadays. You get what I'm saying? So it kind of restores that hope. You get what I'm saying?
So yeah, that's real. That's real. You gave me some hope, you know what I'm saying? And lastly, why should people listen and subscribe to the Black Love Renaissance podcast?
Because I'm dope and I'm providing good entertainment and content, and my mission is really to help people. It's just not directly as if it's just me trying to give out advice. You're listening to active couples give out how they're working, and that can help so many people.
That's real.
Check it out.
That's real. Now, how can the people get in touch with you?
I'm on IG as Handsome Guy Named William, as you see on the screen. Black Love Renaissance podcast on IG, Facebook. I'm on everywhere. My podcast is everywhere. All the other podcasts are, except for Pandora, because they don't fuck with me.
That's strange. Pandora fucks with Liquor Talk, so you need to reapply. I don't know.
I did it 3 times already.
Damn, I don't know. Y'all already know where you can find me at. It's Real V Jones and Liquor Talk podcast everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Also, thank you, Will, for coming on. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you need anything from me, like I tell all my guests, I might be in Florida, but I'm just a DM away. But then again, we talk all the time through the Black Podcast Club. So you already know if you need me, you know what I'm saying? If you have a segment where you just want to talk to single men, holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate you for coming on tonight.
I appreciate being here.
Man, and I thank you, the listeners, for checking this out, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another episode of Liquor Talk. Go ahead and subscribe if you have done so already. Rate this. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember, everything in life is temporary. So go ahead and take a shot and get through it. We're out this thing. Deuces, y'all.